Good morning everybody, and this is your Dow Jones technical analysis for today. So nothing has really changed. We tested the top of this range and rejected it pretty solidly, and then we have bottom of range down here, and then I have another bottom of range a little bit further down. So there's basically two bits of structure here to the downside. So that is 34,900 and then 34,781. Now, new high here. Look at the diversions, high, low, pretty solid diversions there. We do have a little bit of structure to the left here at the moment. I'm just going to put that level in as well. Kind of an area that we are flirting with at the moment, 35050. Now, this is still range bound. So this is top of range. We're now moving, I would assume, back to the bottom of the range, but this is another one which I am very, very skeptical of at the moment. So looking at the oscillators right now, they are not in any sort of grouping, but remember, as I say quite often, whenever you get a crossover, when they are far apart like this, you tend to have a fairly violent and rapid move to the upside. Just want to see if we can find one that there's one there, and you can see a pretty strong move afterwards, but if I find a decent one. I haven't seen one on the high. Oh, there we go. Here's one right here. So you can see sort of you have a grouping and you're thinking, okay, I need to be careful here because we're at a level, and then the faster moving oscillator moves fairly quickly to the downside. The slow moving oscillator just stays at the top, and then you get a crossover. Both of them cross over kind of the same time, which is here, and then you have this pretty violent move to the upside. So that's something that you need to pay attention to at the moment. So I suspect we're going to have sort of another push to get through this level. Whether we get through it or not is another story. I don't see us falling just yet. We've still got some sort of dividends to come out, and so you can expect a lot of people after earnings holding on for their dividends payouts, and then you're going to start seeing a fairly strong and rapid drop to the downside. What I would suggest you watch though is the put-pull ratios. So just find yourself a website that's got put-pull ratios. There's a number of them around, and pay attention to index you're trading to see, what is the sentiment. Are there a lot of puts in the market, which is indicating people are expecting it to fall? And then also pay attention to the strike levels. So what levels are they expecting it to get to? Wherever the bulk of those levels are is pretty much where price will end up this month. So look at your monthly options put-pull ratios. Okay, so enough of that. What do we want to do here? Absolutely nothing. I am not prepared to trade this, not after yesterday's. Look at this, sellers coming in, buyers coming in, and then after hours we've got this little squirt to the downside, which is basically closed below the low of yesterday. I really don't trust this at the moment. These movements are violent right now, and I have a feeling we're probably just going to consolidate, have another attempt. It does look like a little bit of a flag or something, channel, whatever you want to call it. So you probably get the top here again, maybe reject. If you form a higher low, then you're probably going to get a breakout. But that breakout, wherever it goes to, if it does get above the top of the channel and hold it for a day, that's 34,200, then I would expect us to have another push to the upside for a bit. But this is really tight, and if I just want to highlight the weekly here, just clean it up so you can see what I'm talking about. So we had a range bar, then we had a doji bar. Kind of weak bull setup there. Weak bear setup that, but also a fairly weak bull setup. So nothing really transpiring. But the important part here is look at the oscillators. We've been up here for so long, and if you look at the monthly, you can see what happened the last time we were here. Then we had a fairly big sell-off, and then we climbed again, and then we had this massive sell-off here in 2020, so obviously we're all aware of that one, and from a grouping there down. Now look at this grouping is higher than what that was, and roughly in the same area as this. And there's a lot of talk around a 15 to 20% correction, which takes us down to this area here of 29,650. So yeah, I think, for me at the moment, earnings season's not quite over yet. As I say, dividends calendar is something to watch, see where the bulk of those dividends are being paid. That's probably when you're going to see some movement, and also then look at your options market. Just have a look at what the options players are doing, because that is going to drive this, especially the futures market will drive it in a direction. So for me, sitting quietly, not putting my money into this, think I'm even going to start considering sort of liquidating a lot of my long-term portfolios as well. Just sit on cash for a bit and wait for a better entry. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. That's it for me. Hope it helps you somewhat, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.